Hi there everyone, thank you for joining me today. So in this video, I'll be showing you how to make the perfect tart shells for your fruit tarts. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, without much ado, let's get started. Alright, so you want to start off by adding your flour, your powdered sugar, and your salt to your food processor, and then you want to pulse until everything is very well combined. Next, you want to add your very cold butter, so you want to make sure you cut your butter into cubes and then chill it before using it to make this tart dough. So pulse that until your flour butter mixture is nice and fine, and then you want to add your egg and then add your pure vanilla extract. Keep pulsing until the mixture comes together and it looks like that. If your mixture doesn't come together like that, you can add a little bit of cold water until it comes together. So next, remove the dough from the processor and then you want to pat it into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and then place it in the fridge to chill for at least 30 minutes. So it's important that you let your dough chill so that the gluten in the dough relaxes, and that will make the dough easier to roll, and also will cut down on shrinking while you're baking the dough. So after your dough has been chilling for at least 30 minutes, you want to bring it out of the fridge and leave it on your countertop to warm up for about 5 to 10 minutes before you roll it. That way the dough doesn't crack while you're rolling it. So next, roll it out to the size that you need it to be for your tart tin. Here you'll see I have rollers on either side just to keep the thickness of the dough even across the board. And then you want to pick up the dough carefully and lay it in your tart tin. You can also roll the dough between two sheets of parchment paper or wax paper, so that way it's easier for you to transfer from your rolling surface to your tart tin. So now it's time to press the dough down into your tart tin. So make sure you're pressing it downwards into the tin. And you want to press it firmly against the sides of the tart tin as well. This will also help to prevent shrinkage while you bake this the dough or the tarts in your oven. So keep pressing firmly. Also, you can take a piece of dough and put in some flour and use that to press your dough against the sides of the tin as well. So that will help you get more defined shape on the side of your dough after you've baked your tart shells. So roll your rolling pin over your tart tin to cut off the excess dough, and then keep that aside. If you see any parts of the dough that are thicker than others, feel free to press them down. And also, if you see any parts where maybe a little damage, you can fill that up with extra dough. Next, you want to chill the dough in the tart tin for at least 30 minutes. That will help the tart shell keep its shape while it's baking. Next, I'm going to do the same thing with my mini tart tins. So again, you want to make sure you flour your surface to make sure it doesn't stick. Your dough doesn't stick to the surface, and then you want to roll that out to an even thickness. Roll this out and then cut to the shape of the dough that you need. And same as the long tart tin, you want to press down your dough downwards into the tart tin and against the sides of the tart tin. So because it's this smaller tin, you can use your hands to roll off the excess dough instead of using a rolling pin. So you'll see me do that shortly. So here, use your thumb to roll off the excess dough. So same as the larger tart shell, you want to chill this in the fridge for at least 30 minutes before you bake. So after the dough in your tart tins have been chilling for at least 30 minutes, you want to duck the dough before you bake. So here I'm using my fork to prick the dough. And then a little trick I'm doing here is I'm placing an extra tin on top of the dough just to help it keep its shape as well while it bakes. So we're going to do the same thing with the larger tart shell. We're going to duck it as well using a fork to make holes. Now the reason why we duck the dough, is to make sure it doesn't puff up while we bake. So next I'm going to line this dough with some parchment paper. You can see I scrunched up the parchment paper so it'll make it easier to fit into the dough. And then I'm going to fill it with some rice. So I'm going to use the rice as my pie weight. You can use some beans if you have beans instead. So next, place the tart tin on a baking sheet and then bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 12 minutes. Remove the rice and then put the tart shell back in the oven to bake again until it's golden brown. So you want to do the same with the mini tart shells. After they've been baking for about 10 to 12 minutes, you want to remove the top tins and then put this back in the oven to bake until they're also golden brown and well baked. So here you see they're perfectly done. And here's the rectangular tart shell that I'll be using for my next tutorial for the apple frangipan tart. So now that the tart shells are ready, I'll walk you through how to make a really easy, delicious fruit tart. So all you want to do is get out your fruits, cut them into little bite-sized pieces, and then you want to fill your tart shells with some pastry cream and then arrange your fruits in the pastry cream. So here you see I'm slicing my strawberries. So next, bring your pastry cream out of the fridge and then give it a really good mix so it's easy to either pipe or scoop into your tart shells. And if you need the recipe for this pastry cream, make sure you hit the link above. I have a really amazing pastry cream recipe that you'll enjoy, I promise you. Next, pipe your pastry cream into your tart shells. Remember to remove your tart shells from your tart tins, and then you can arrange your fruits into the pastry cream. So here you see I'm arranging my strawberries and bananas. You'll notice I added some lemon juice to the bananas prior to this. That was just to ensure that the bananas don't get brown as I use them for the tarts. So now it's time to enjoy the tarts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and share this with your friends and family. You take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.